Hi, my name is Detroit Miracle, and I am here to talk about the churches or the church system as a whole. And don't worry, I am not trying to come off as being openly or overly critical towards the church or the church system as a whole because I feel and believe that the churches represent, promote, and stand for what is good, right, and true even though some of those institutions have been corrupted, but not all of them. So, the church, first and foremost, is a religious institution, or they are made up of religious institutions in which seeks and tries to conform people of a particular faith to a particular faith. And the things such as worships, practices, and rituals there are in conjunction or in accord with those particular faiths. Now, people would ask, or they might ask, well, why are churches religious institutions? Because they try to teach people what is right for behavior purposes so that all of us can conduct ourselves properly in society. And it is the intention for the church system as a whole for all people to get along and commune that way because the church is idealistic and its perspective viewpoint is utopian. You know, the church doesn't want war, famine, and chaos. Now, I know some religious institutions or churches have been corrupted by things such as greed and lust, but, those are cases where they may have been, and it doesn't really involve the whole entire church system or religious system as a whole. And those are just simply isolated cases. Secondly, the church is a business. Yes, the church is a business because anytime the church or the church system takes in those enormous sums of money for purposes of, paying bills, paying salaries, and saving money, investing money, expanding the churches, then it is a business. As simple as that. And the churches that are of an enormous size and portions, which are called mega churches, are big businesses. And the more smaller churches that are not so large in scale and scope are small businesses or smaller businesses. Yes, it works like that in the business world, and the church functions and operates like that as well. For example, you would have large scale supermarkets in which many people will go and shop, and you'll see them filling their buggies up with everything they need and even more than that of a plentiful sum. And then you will see the little tinier mom and pop stores on the corner where you can go in there and buy some things like pop, chips, cigarettes, and even loaves of bread, but they are not to the same size and extent of what large scale supermarkets are. And those places are big businesses and small businesses. And the churches functions and operates the same way because it maintains, let's say, you have to upkeep with ideas as far as business because that is a proper way to run an institution. It's as simple as that. Things must be paid, bills must be paid, salaries must be paid out, money must be invested in various things for purposes of expanding the religious institutions and in order to carry the messages further. And in this society, you need money to do things. So there's no way around that. So that is why that is a main reason why the churches are essentially businesses, big or small. Thirdly and lastly, the church system or the churches are social gathering places for people to meet, greet, and socialize amongst each other. And I'm not talking about, and I'm talking about at all times where there are functions going on in and around any particular religious institution that people may belong to. Because in the church, you might have picnics, you might have dinners, you might have travel trips, you might have things where they set up parks and recreations for the people of the church, and all the people that are members get together and they socialize during those events, much like people do in other social gathering groups out there. Like you might have the NAACP, you might have motorcycle clubs, you might have block club groups. They get together for all intended purposes. And these social groups are a way in which people can get together and mingle and meet each other and become friends. And it makes sense because the only way that you're going to get to know someone, like them and care for them, is to get out and meet and greet them. But you don't want to meet and greet the wrong people, though. So, this is Detroit Miracle. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section. And you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for tuning in.